So we've been keeping a pretty big secret from you guys for like the last year, and I'm really, really excited to finally get to tell you guys about it today. Good morning. What are you guys doing over here? Littlest Pet Shop. Is this the game that we got at the thrift store?
Yes.
This is from when I was a little kid. Did you ever play this with your sister when you were little? This, I think, came out in like the 90s. I played it with my sister.
We had a really cool G.I. Joe game where like the Cobra Commander and G.I. Joe's fought, but we didn't.
Not Littlest Pet Shop. Is it fun? Do you like it so far?
Yes.
We've been trying to find a bunch of like vintage games for them. And this is, what's the other one? Pretty Princess.
Oh yeah, I played that.
Red and yellow are your favorite colors?
Yeah, we've been playing Pretty Princess together. It's more fun with 4 people, so I always jump in and
sometimes
you know,
Dad's the pretty princess.
That's just how the spinner goes.
And this kind of makes me a little bit sad, but speaking of some other vintage items, this Barbie Mermaidia DVD actually used to be Gabrielle's. We were cleaning up our garage last week and I found it out there, and it's actually in like amazing condition, like no scratches or anything. So I brought it in for Jagger and Gemma to watch, but it's so cute. I can remember them watching it all the time. Do you remember watching Fairytopia? This one with Gabrielle and Graceland?
The one with Bibble? Yeah.
Is that what who that little is? That little person is Bibble?
Yeah.
Gabrielle, are you excited about our secret? I'm so excited. I know you guys have been working really hard. Actually, all 3 of you older kids. Graceland's not down here, but
I've been working on it.
Graceland, Gwen, and Gabrielle have been working especially hard, so I'm very, very excited for them.
I think we need a barn for all these supplies we've got now.
Well, we're trying to be a little bit more frugal about our gardening this year, and instead of buying all the starters from the big box store, we've been growing them from seed.
Yeah.
And this is actually a lot. This isn't even all of them. You can show them the ones over there.
Oh yeah, there's some up there too.
So we got like this little grow, what would you call it? Like a little seed tray.
Yeah, we got it on like TikTok Shop.
I got it on TikTok Shop, but I think if I can find it, I'll link it or I'll tag it in this video too. And it was our first time using it. It like plugs in. It has like a little grow light on the top. Yep. And it's supposed to help like give the optimum light to your seeds, right?
Look at these beauties.
So I planted 2 to 3 seeds in each like little hole, because in my mind, like some of the seeds were old, but then also I was like, well, they're not all gonna germinate, right?
Absolutely.
They absolutely did.
Most of them did.
So now instead of like 20 tomato plants, I have like 40 tomato plants.
I don't know. And we have garden beds over there. I guess we can show you in a second.
We're gonna plant a bunch of them, but I'm also gonna have to give a bunch away. So if you know us in real life and you're watching this right now and you want like a tomato plant and you live local, let me know. Send me a text or something and I will give you some.
Yeah.
Because I think we have about 30 extra tomato plants. That's a cucumber.
Oh yeah, these are the vining ones. Yeah.
And okay, so I'm a little worried about these, but then I realized that these are the little baby leaves that when it first sprouted, these are the true leaves. So actually I think it's gonna be fine.
Okay.
But the cucumbers, basically all the seeds germinated. So we have like a ton of starters, but now we have to like, what do they call it? Harden them off or whatever outside.
Yes.
Do you know about that?
What that means is you grow them in like perfect conditions, and I got to put them outside and like let them get used to a breeze and it being a little bit hotter and direct sunlight versus just like the grow light in the little
in our laundry
box
room?
thing. Yeah, laundry room
Which is why
conditions.
they're outside, but they've been coming in at night. So this is like their 5th day of like being out in the day and like coming in at night. And it's their first day where we didn't have our shades down. So they're getting like some sunlight right now.
They're like, what is this?
I'm assuming some of them are not going to make it, but I still think we're going to have a ton. But we're planning on putting them in the ground in a couple weeks. Whatever survives.
I think you pointed out the one that looks the worst, but like that leaf looks awesome. It's just these 2 look a little crispy. We have almost 20 fruit trees in the back, so we always have pretty good harvest. And we were gonna plant, we had just gotten this like hybrid cherry that has 4 types of cherries, but I have to return it because I didn't realize that with this stock, it gets like
it's supposed
30
to be 50
feet tall.
So all
50?
of our fruit, 50, 40
30,
to 50.
40 to 50. I thought it was 30 to 50.
So in our backyard, we have like 20 fruit trees, but they're dwarf variety, which means that like the trunk of the tree has been like, it's been grafted so that it's only going to get to be like 10 to 12 feet tall, which is perfect because that's what we want for the backyard. But this tree, I don't know how it like, we didn't see it
I think
at the
we were
nursery.
just so excited that it was a hybrid with like 4 types of cherries that we didn't look at the rootstock.
Well, we
it was
almost
be a
made a really big mistake because if we had planted it and then not noticed and all of a sudden this tree's just like...
Well, we would have to plant it like in the middle of the grass of the backyard.
Yeah,
So,
and that was not where we were
Not the
trying to plan it. It's lunchtime, and I think we're gonna do hot dogs because it's really easy. We have some of these like chicken apple Adele sausages that the older kids really love. And then what are the other ones that you're cooking right now? It's like those cheese.
cheddar brats.
Those are really good. You love hot dogs, but you don't actually eat the hot dogs. How do you eat it?
Well, only a poison country.
So say it, yeah, he says say it again. He wants a hot dog bun filled with ketchup on the inside
Not
with
filled.
no. Oh no, I put it in yesterday.
Well,
He had one yesterday. It was like just bread, so he calls it a hot dog though.
I think it's finally time to reveal what we've been working on for the last year and a half.
I feel like
Maybe
it's been
longer than
at least
that.
a year and a half. It might even be longer. I'm getting everything ready to send off to our attorney that we hired. Basically, the big announcement secret is that for the last a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years, we have been actively working on getting European citizenship,
Yes.
specifically Italy, to be exact. So I'm half Italian on my dad's side, and based on all the record searching and stuff that we went through, it seems like my mom and her generation, like my aunts and stuff, they were like the first generation of women that were married into the family that were not totally like
Sicilian.
100% Italian. So it turns out after some research that we actually qualify for citizenship like 7 different ways, because most of my grandparents or great grandparents qualified, so we could pick any of them to go through for this. But we did hire a consultant who sat down with me and kind of like went through all the family lines and then gave me advice on which one was like the best, fastest, easiest way to go, and then told us what our options were basically for how to get citizenship. So there are basically 3 different ways. I'm thinking about it, man, I'm like, there's 3 different ways. So if you are an American and you want to get citizenship, and this is specifically for Italy, but I believe like a lot of the other countries are the same, you can go through your not commune.
Consulate?
Consulate. You can go through your consulate, which for us is San Francisco. That's an option. Every state is assigned a consulate, and some states have 2. I don't know if any states have 3, but most states have 1 or 2. I think there's like 1 or 2 states that don't have any, and then they have to go to like a neighboring state. But basically that's one way. And for a long time, that was like the best way to do it. But since COVID, there's been like a lot of people trying to do this. And so the consulates are backed up like 10 years. So if you want to wait 10 years, you can go through your consulate. The other option is to go to Italy in person and apply in person. One thing about that though is you have to have a residency there, and it's a very specific residency, and it has to be, it's hard to get the residency somewhere where you want to live, where you also want to apply, because you have to make sure that they know how to do the applications and stuff, and not all the towns in Italy know how to do that. And then the third way, which is the way that we're going to do it, is we are signing a power of attorney over to an Italian attorney's office who handles immigration and dual citizenship cases basically, and they're going to file a case in Italy on our behalf to get our citizenship recognized without going through the first 2 routes.
Yeah.
So this is 2 years worth of paperwork that we've been collecting. And it did take that long because we had to get like certificates of naturalization or no naturalization from the government. And the wait time on those was like over a year long. So it has been a very, very long time coming, but we got the final document that we needed right after Christmas. So we have the whole file prepared and it's all notarized and everything's ready to go. And we're going to be sending it to our attorney to file our case. And then hopefully sometime this year, later this year, it is approved. If it's not this year, it'll be very beginning of next year. And then we will be European dual citizens.
And the great thing about it is bloodline. So Melissa and all the kids get it. So where does that leave me? I'm the only one that actually has to learn Italian and go to the consulate and pass a B1 language exam. So I
If you
will
have any
be,
tips for him.
yeah, so I'll be a citizen after them. They have to have
Yeah.
it first, and then I can apply.
Yeah, we have to get recognized
So,
first.
yeah.
But everybody's learning Italian, and you guys, if you've watched the vlog for a while, have probably already known that because I think we've talked about it a bunch. Like the kids they have a tutor, they're in Italian classes. The older 3 kids are taking like college level Italian. They're like level 2. They're
It's
like
it's like, it's still beginner though.
They're not like fluent by any means, but
Yeah.
it's college level. You know, they took the first class last semester and they're taking the second one this semester. So they're definitely better
They know
than
some
me.
verbs.
And then Jeff did do an online class this year to learn Italian. Do you want to tell him a little bit about
Tough.
that? How that went? It was tough. How many weeks was it?
I don't know, like 10 or something, but it was all like, it was tough because it was only in Italian, and I feel like some of the people were Americans, what they call expats. They're already in Italy,
Yeah.
and they're taking the class, and
So they had a leg up.
also it's kind of study at your own and then just talk only in Italian. Where I studied Spanish, I know Spanish is actually a little bit better, and what they used to do is, of course, like in your classroom, like you learn how to like AR, IR verbs, things like that, and how to conjugate them all. So I don't know any verbs. Like I just need like a list of verbs, right? That's how I would study it. Like how do I say to drive, to drink, to eat, and then I would learn it that way. But that's not how I
But
was
luckily
shown
Spanish
to learn it.
and Italian are kind of similar. A lot of the words are similar. So hopefully, if we go there like in person and actually like are on the ground like speaking the language, it'll be easier to pick it up. But I guess we should kind of backtrack. So we should probably say like why we're doing this. We found out about this during like, again, it's like kind of COVID time, maybe a little bit after like maybe around the time Jagger was born, 2021 is really when we started looking into it. Once we realized we qualified, we were like,
Barely qualified, like last generation, like use it or lose it. Like
Well-
get qualified or else none of your kids can get citizenship.
I feel like that. I don't think that right now there's nothing in the works that says that they're going to take it away. They did make a change for some people where if the line was broken, where like if your ancestor naturalized before their child was an adult, then it's broken, and that's like a big deal in the international community right now, because a lot of people had applications like processing that then got like kicked out. So that's kind of a big deal. But as of right now, I think we're okay. But I do think that with the amount of applications that they're getting, because of everything going on in the world right now, that at a certain point they're gonna cut it off, right? And so a huge thing for us is that we wanted to do it, not just for us, like even if we don't benefit, like I wanted to do it for our kids, and like when they get married and they have kids, like their children will automatically be citizens because we did this, which is really important. The other benefits are that you can live and work, go to school, you can do the healthcare, all the benefits of being a citizen, like you can take advantage of, not just in the country that you're a citizen of, like Italy, but we can live and work and go to school or any of those things in any country in the EU, which is really big. Like my brother right now actually lives in Spain with his family. His wife is Spanish, so he actually already has dual citizenship through her. But I think it's like a really positive thing, because even if it's just from the perspective of like, for our kids, if any of them wanted to get into like international business or wanted to go to college internationally, like I think there's like a really huge benefit to that. I feel like it's extra relevant now, and I bet a lot of people are starting to look into it now. And I can make like some TikToks or talk on my Instagram stories about what you have to do to like kind of begin the process. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. And I'll leave the links to those like in my description box or whatever, so you can go follow me over there. But it is a process, and it does take some sleuthing to get these documents, remember? Like it was crazy the stuff that we had to do. So then the next question that I bet a bunch of you guys are wondering is, are we going to move to Europe, right?
That's what I'm wondering.
And we're also wondering that. We've had a lot of discussions about that. And we're not completely shutting that out as an option. I think for us, you know, we do own a home here in California. We do enjoy living in California. Our kids like it here. I think we'll always own this house or, you know, a property here in California, no matter where we go. But just like you guys probably already know if you watch the vlogs for a while, we do travel a lot, and we do like to take the kids and go travel for, you know, a couple months at a time. So it's possible that we do that.
Yeah, I think it could be maybe our next destination. Instead of like Tahoe or Hawaii, maybe we go and get the kids on a European adventure.
European vacation. And I think it would be cool. I mean, once you're a citizen, you can own property, you can have European bank accounts and investments and all that kind of stuff. And so maybe we will look for a property out there. I hear the prices are pretty good.
Can't be worse than California.
Everything looks like a deal when you come from California. So we're excited. We're really excited about like the whole process. We're glad to be at the point now where we have everything together. And like I said, we're going to be FedExing it off. And hopefully our case is going to be filed like this month. and then we just have to kind of play a waiting game. And we already know we qualify. Like, it's not like a question of like they have to decide.
Right.
It's just a question of them, like, how long is it going to take for them to process it? So it could be a couple months, it could be up to a year, and that's kind of like the only unknown. But I do think it would be cool if we did do a big trip with the kids.
Sure.
I don't know if it would be this summer or whatever, but if you guys have any recommendations on places to go or see, that would be cool.
Or stay.
Stay.
Maybe
Yeah.
you have a house with room for 8 people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing in
We
Europe.
could do the old switcheroo.
In Europe, it's really hard because a lot of the housing, it's like smaller housing, right? So if we did go over there, that is something that we have to think about and like consider, is that we would need to make sure that we had transportation or that we were close to like public transit and that the housing would work for our big family. We've had like 2 nice days outside and Jagger is already getting pool floaties out. We're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, buddy, because I know it's warm in the air out here. It's like 70. But that pool is cold. Also, I know that this looks like a bunch of nothing right now, but I did just plant some radish and carrot seeds in here. So I'm really excited. I don't see anything like growing yet, but they are pretty fast to grow. Have you seen anything sprouting?
I have not, but I've been watering it. But there's nothing yet, and these birds are loud.
Yeah, they are. What is going on? But these birds always come to this tree.
It's like a little orchestra. What I actually want back here is a bluebird or a blue jay. There's like...
I saw one earlier over there.
Big. It's super territorial and keeps all the other birds away, so I kind of want to put a bird nest up for it.
Are you just sitting out here watching Dad work? Well, you could help me get some lemons in a minute. I know I have to finish processing them. What did we make with lemons so far? Do you remember?
We made like a lemon thing that you just have to add like water to.
Lemonade?
Yes.
Concentrate? And we canned some lemon juice and we made lemon slices in the freeze dryer.
Yeah, we made freeze dryer.
But we have a bunch left, as you guys can see, and I was going to try out like making maybe like a lemon marmalade recipe. If you guys have any other suggestions for me about like what I can do with lemons, let me know, because I feel like
Tell her lemon
we've
bars.
already done a lot. Well, that's with the lemon juice.
Lemon bars are really good. She makes
Yeah,
really good
I have a
lemon
good recipe for that, which is on the blog. So if you guys want to check that out, that link's down in the description box below. It is a really good recipe. These are the last 2 mandarins off our mandarin tree.
Oh, nice.
But hey, I'm actually excited that we had any because we recently planted this tree. So the fact that it had fruit this year was kind of awesome.
I hope we get grapes. You show them the grapevines.
Oh no, but well, maybe not this year. I don't know. We just planted these. I actually haven't staked them or done anything with them yet, but these are grapes. And there's one here, and I think there's one, oh, it's back here. One over there, and then I think we're gonna like trellis them so they kind of grow towards each other.
And it looks like there are like 2 little flowers.
Do you know what this is?
Cherries?
No, it does kind of look like cherry blossoms, but these are actually, this is a bushing nectarine. A nectarine's like, kind of like a peach, but like a little different. I don't know how to describe a nectarine.
We just had some macaroni and cheese for dinner, which was very good, as well as some really spicy chicken. What kind of chicken was that?
It was like the Just Bare like nuggets brand that
It was
they have
good.
at Costco, but it was like they have a spicy one. And last time we were at Costco, I was like, okay, we'll try it. It is spicy.
It's pretty spicy.
Like pretty spicy, but good.
It
So
lingers.
If you like spicy chicken, would recommend. I'm trying to untangle this ball of yarn now.
What are you making now with your
I was crocheting Easter peeps.
Oh, do you have an example or not over
Gretchen
here?
just took it to the other room.
Here is the peep thing. It kind of,
It looks like an Easter peep.
ooh, it could kind of be like a squid thing.
No, it's a bunny.
Are you doing other colors, it looks like?
Yeah, I was gonna try to make some in different colors, but again, this yarn is like, I might just have to cut it.
If you got this far in the video, in the comments below, put like an Italian flag or spaghetti or something like that, something Italian, so we know you got this far, and thank you so much for watching.